Hello lovelies, welcome to Christy Grows. I thought I would just do a very quick June update on the front garden. Now this is my shady garden, but it's not so shady at the moment. And I'm actually learning a lot about this space because it's not as shady as I actually thought it was. I think the problem, it is a shady garden, but I do have a lot more light than I thought. It is, where are we? West facing. I'm just leaning on my bin now because I've just done a massive job. This was full of topsoil and turf from the install of the greenhouse. So I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry about the wind and the traffic, it's so busy. It's Sunday today and it's really windy, but I appreciate it because it's boiling. So we are transformed here. So I'm just going to turn you around and tell you what I've been up to, but I basically just filled these two beds up here. So they were full of horse manure, and what I've done is I've split the horse manure between the two. They've been packed down with pellets, horse manure on top. My husband did some gardening the other day, so that one over there, where are we? There, that one, the second, furthest one. I put all the cuttings from the buddleia and the hedgerow, this kind of hedging, in there, so that's packed. So I put then horse manure on top of that, and then 2 or 3 tubs of compost from the recycling centre. So it's beautifully packed up now, and I've just put out some plants. So I don't know how these are going to go, to be honest, but I've got 2 pallet collars stacked on top of each other. I'll give you a closer look in a minute. But because this hedgerow here has really grown out, that I think was what was making me think it was shadier than it was, because it was casting a lot of shade onto it. Because here we had just pallets on the floor before this year. This has been my project this year. I've lifted it right up to the level of the hedge, so it's getting far more light, and I've grown some beautiful things in the front there. They've grown really well, so I've been really chuffed. So I'm carrying on with this side and we'll see how we go. So I'm going to turn you around and then show you around. Okay, so you see in here then I've put 2 courgettes either corner. I really like packing things tightly, so I've really had to rein myself in because I would have happily packed this out. But I will put something else here, I'm not sure yet, but I've put 2 red cabbages there, 2 celery. There's Welsh onion in the corner there, so they're perennial. I'm hoping they'll do well there. Another celery there, and then a small teepee of yard-long beans. Apologies about the wind, I hope you can hear me. Another small teepee. That one I'm going to fill the gaps with. There were gaps in the tray, so on both I'm going to fill them with seed, direct sow, but I've got these ones out. So Blue Lake French bean, another celery there, 2 rows of leeks, multi-sown leeks here, and then dotted around here I've got 6 red cabbage again. And then here stuff has been grown, so I've pulled out 3 lots of potatoes here already. But so these are potatoes over here, they're both Maris Piper, and then I've been harvesting from here. So this has grown nicely. Some things haven't grown amazingly, but I think that's for 2 reasons. One, because I planted all the seed in February, so I was very, very early because I just couldn't wait. So that the cold probably didn't help. Also, because this is rubbish soil, this was my cheap compost I bought, and it's not really compost, it's basically partially composted wood chip, so it's absolutely rubbish. So they've really struggled for nitrogen in this bed. So it did struggle because it was fighting for nitrogen with this rubbish compost, and it's also a very, very thin layer of compost because I filled it with logs and old scraps of wood. Didn't really fill the holes in it either, just really chucked it all in, put cardboard on, and then a bag of compost. So next year I think that will be really thriving, because the good news is things did grow. I think it was a combination of my not packing it very high and also using the rubbish compost that is kind of made the growing stunted a little bit, but things did grow, and I have actually harvested from it. So I did have monge too at the back there. I've already harvested those. I've got corn salad at the back. You can see some of it's struggling, but some of it is actually coming through there. I hope you can see. I've got on the edge here I've got chives. Again, they're struggling a little bit because they were sown this year, but they are coming on, but it's the nitrogen, I think. Not enough nutrition in this tiny bit layer of compost. I put some spare onion sets that I had in there. I'm not expecting them to be onions, but I do want to just use them for greens, like the onion tops. I've harvested some beetroot already, so I've got some nice baby beetroot. The biggest one was like that. So I think, so beetroot did well in there in my eyes. It was all multi-sown, and you can see they're multi-sown and they're still growing. So I just took the biggest ones out. But they did the best of everything, I would say. These were seed onions here, and I'll just let these keep growing, but you can see they're a bit yellow. So they've been struggling for a long time with no nutrition really because of this soil. These salads, I had salads all the way along here, so I can't keep up with salad, but I've just been harvesting the outer leaves, and salad has been definitely the best crop here, so this is definitely good for salads this side. None of them bolted. I took up a couple of plants and gave them to my friend, and I've took up a couple for myself, and then I can just keep on with the last bits. But yeah, they've done great, so I'm really happy with that. So I will do a few more different varieties of salad next year, I think. I might do some again this year, but we don't eat that much salad. Only I eat it, and then I can't keep up with it. It's great. It's great. It's great to have that as a complaint, isn't it? We've got too much of something. So I just share it with who I can, but I'm not going to waste my time doing too much next year. Yeah, and then potatoes. So I've got to get these out, and then I need to figure out what I'm going to put in here. I've got loads of cabbages, so I probably will put cabbages in here because there's a good bit of space. So I could probably get at least 12 or maybe 20, possibly 20 cabbages in this space actually, these two here. Maybe some more celery at the back possibly. I need to see what's in the greenhouse. Maybe I might try some swede and turnips out here as well, because swede, when I did it here, it used to be a pallet. Let me turn you around, there we go. So this is actually great today because it just shows you how busy this road is. This is a B road and it's a Sunday, so on my other videos you're probably not seeing a lot of traffic, but we get a lot of traffic like you can see now. So this is very comparable, even though I live in a village, this is actually really comparable to an urban setting, because I'm right on the road here and I've got a very small front garden here. I did measure it the other day and I forgot to calculate it, so I can't remember. I will do some calculations on it to see, but you can see it's not a huge space. I've got 5 double height pallet collars here, so you can kind of take a guess. The pallet collars are 3 by 4 foot, so they're not huge. Well, actually, I mean, you can see here, look, there too, so that's 8 by 3 foot. son on their bike ride and I didn't want to film them. So then this side, I've got 8 foot along the back and 6 foot wide. So not a massive space, but yeah, we'll see what we get out of it, won't we? But so far on this alone, I've got potatoes and peas cropped already, some baby beetroot, and some salads. That's what I've had so far. And this here, I've only just done today. So already it's been quite a productive space. So it just shows you, if you were in an urban setting with a small garden, you can do a lot. This was just grass before. So further along down the other end there, I've got fruit bushes and things, and I'll show you that another day, but I do want to do the same. I want to bring it up. So I'm going to try and bring back some pallet collars from the allotment. I went to the allotment today and I was so disheartened because my garden here is just so lush, because I can tend to it every day, nip out whenever I can, you know. Getting to the allotment is a lot more difficult for me. Even though it's not very far away, it is a lot harder than just nipping out the door, quickly watering the garden, or coming out to harvest or pop something in. It's much easier, but just a very little catch up. Anyway, happy gardening everyone, happy Sunday, hope you're well.